So everybody, we run into this type of stuff all the time. So buyer beware. Title of this video is, when is a 721 DST not a 721 DST? And the answer, of course, is when it's being sold by a broker. If you happen to run across a broker and he says, or she says, well, why on earth would you buy a 721 DST that forces you to convert into a REIT? Wouldn't it be better if you were to instead buy a 721 DST that gives you the option to convert? And I go, oh my gosh. And so should you, and so should everybody. Well, we want options. Everybody wants options. No one wants to be forced into anything. But when you break it all down, here's what it means. You're being forced to convert into a really good investment as opposed to the option of converting into a really bad one. So that's the essence of their argument, just so that you know. The other thing that you'll find out is that the option isn't really an option, because half of the DSTs that have the option to convert into a REIT don't even have a REIT you can convert into. They're going to set one up at a future date. So they don't even out there. They're not even out there. It's incredible that this is actually happening. But we run into this all the time. When is a 721 DST not a 721 DST? And a little bit of history. The traditional DST never had a 721 convertibility feature until about 2017, 2018, when there was talk of the elimination of the 1031 exchange. So they all put language in their traditional DSTs that said that the sponsor has the right to convert to a REIT at a future date. That is the option that they're talking about. But again, doesn't mean there's a REIT in place. The other thing that happens is some people actually have REITs in place that are optional. Most are terrible. Some are good, but most are terrible. And we're aware of all of them, of course. And we've done the due diligence, and we can recommend those, because periodically we do run into somebody that says, I really want a traditional DST because, I don't know, I live in New Jersey. I'm going to move to Florida in 6 years. And when I do, I want to buy a property, an investment property in Florida that after 3 or 4 years, I'll convert into my primary residence. And that's about the only time I can think about that a traditional DST might be better than a 721 DST. So in that case, you might want to buy a 721 DST that's optional. But always remember, optional 721 DSTs are only being marketed as having that optionality because the traditional DST people are getting their butts handed to them by the actual true 721 DST sponsors that manage trillions of dollars of money. So there's a world of difference. You can always get on our calendar, and we'll point out which ones are real versus which ones are not. So remember, optionality is great, except when you're optioning into a terrible investment. So beware. Thank you.